The title of this video seems to be a topic that is discussed lately in groups like ours, who follow the information being given by those in the know throughout the internet. There are different interpretations of this event and what we might expect to happen. Different dates for this event have come and gone, and some are yet to be fulfilled. An excited anticipation hums in the background for those waiting on the world to change for the better and for humanity's release from this suppressive and oppressive way of life we seem to have found ourselves in. We would like to take a moment and offer some information of our own for everyone's discernment and careful consideration. Depending on what avenue of information we have found ourselves following, the event means different things for different people. We have different words for it as well, but we all seem to be talking about the same concept. If we put all these different sources together and compare them to a much larger picture, we can see how this information might have been carefully disseminated to the human collective. We can find this event pervasive through all narratives that are all running at the same time. Whatever the interpretation might be, the message is still the same. Some humans are leaving this earth, while others will be left behind. For those in the religious, biblical communities, we might call this event the rapture. While the concept and word rapture do not appear in the Bible, it is a belief that is widely held by Christians, and it's related to the second coming of Christ. If the rapture is not found in the Bible, then why is this such a strongly held belief, and where does it come from? Some scholars believe that the concept comes from the verse John 14, verses 1 to 3. Jesus promised that he would return to earth to take his people to be with him. He said, "Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you." Another interpretation of this event comes from the channeled material by LL Research Group between 1981 to 1984, where a collective group of entities, acting as one consciousness and referring to itself as Ra, began to give the information we have now come to know as the Law of One. In this channeled information, it was given the term harvest rather than rapture, but the concept is the same. Some humans will be transcending this earthly realm, while others will not. According to your level of frequency vibration, humans were to be sorted into two groups: service to self and service to others.
Edward here from YourViewer.com. I have another video for you. I've decided to start posting the QAnon videos. The Q thing was I was asked to work a target blind, under blind conditions. It turned into a big project. This was a couple of months ago. Turned into a big project, about 9 or so sessions that I had done. Some of them I did a couple sessions in one day as I was being pulled into the experience of whatever it was that I was perceiving. I did a video maybe about a month ago or whatever, just kind of talking about it, because in the beginning of the project I was experiencing these heated debates, these arguments amongst these two fractions, and at that time some information was coming out that QAnon and Anonymous were kind of battling it out and all these kinds of things. So I was, wondering if maybe that's what that was about. The sessions were done they were all done in July of this year, between the 15th and the 25th of July. And so I want to put these out. We weren't going to put them out, and decided I'm just put them out. Because I don't know if any of it's on or what. I'll just put them out. I'm going to have the entire session for this one on here for anyone who wants to watch it. And if there's something in there that makes sense, because this stuff doesn't make sense to me. But if somebody who knows something about these things, this stuff makes sense, then please comment. But in this one, right away, I'm getting into this idea of people are arguing. Heated discussions, arguments.
I would have to disagree with that, strongly disagree with that.
They're debating things. They're very intelligent people. They're in a room. They're analyzing, they're debriefing, they're looking at information. They're two different sides and they're fighting about something. There's disbelief and that kind of thing. Moving to the main person who is debating about the target. I don't know what the target is. The target ended up being, again, was QAnon and who was behind QAnon. That was what I was being asked to look at. Who's behind all of this stuff? And that's where when I look at that element of the question there, compared to everything that I experienced in those 9 sessions, whatever it is that is behind this movement, the way that I look at it now, based on what I experienced, is that this is way bigger than just deep states and or Trump is the good guy and they're the bad guys. I mean, this is so far beyond that that it's completely changed my whole perspective on a lot of things that are happening right now. In that there's a real puppet master.
I'm Satan.
Who is really keeping people distracted with a lot of stuff on the surface.
At some point in the future, we're going to look back and say, how did we do it without space?
While there is some major plan that is unfolding here. Now, if my stuff is right, if any of my sessions are correct, and you'll see, I'm just gonna put them all up. One of them, I was getting into some super high tech stuff, and when I was getting into the depth of it, when I went back and loaded the film, the part that was really in depth, that part of the video was gone. Don't know why. Very strange. I have the paper session. We'll look at the PDF. We'll see that's like in the 6th session or 7th or something like that. Anyway, back to this. They're debating.
Square ones that were given, basically the globe maps that were presented around the world in the mainstream are accurate. They're perfectly accurate. They're the best you're going to get, but they're telling you you're on the outside of that when you're on the inside. And it's
well, that's the thing. The globe is not perfectly accurate. The globe was actually distributed in the 1500s by a German map maker.
Someone's saying you're wrong. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, yeah, I understand it very well. As a matter of fact, I have the information for the plumb bob experiment right here. And I mean, I looked this stuff up. I'm a professional researcher.
Gravitational effect and but it needs to converge on a globe. And it should
actually, it's been proven wrong by atmospheric conditions and natural, like let's say wind, for instance.
If you're a flat earther, you're on to truth. I used to be a flat earther. You've been born a Muslim or a globehead. God's pulling you out of all this crap and bringing you to truth. But the devil and loads of trolls can't keep you in it. But anyway, the plumb bob experiment, like the elite would be telling us all and showing us all how it converges on the globe. They're hiding that it diverges and proves concave Earth.
Something about a design.
Go looking into astronomy. Go looking into star trails.
I have.
Try and make a flat model work underneath what is actually witness to the stars.
Like that. Anyway, back to this. They're debating. Someone's saying you're wrong. It doesn't work like that.
But I don't think the flat earth is the gatekeeping. What I think, it has to be the algorithms of YouTube or something, because
Blah, 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 blah. Something about a design.
Call at the centre, right? You think of it at the top, going outwards or to the bottom. So we've got celestial sphericity. It only works inside or outside the globe. Got to be convex or concave system that it's in or around. So next level down, the planes are going concave. Next level down, the 3D aerial mapping you'll find has got concavity to it. Next level down, the water is concave. Next level down, plumb bob divergence that is suppressing.
And how it works, and this all leads up to what's going to come up in the following sessions. They're very frustrated, they're angry. Someone, they don't get it, something's going on here. It's not that way, it's this way. What are they talking about? I'm wondering, what is this design? What are they talking about? What are they talking about? Feels like NASA.
I'm Satan.
The reason I'm putting this out is because I don't know what's going on with this whole solar observatory thing, but there may be something in here that may be related to that. Feels like NASA. Feels like NASA. Feels like NASA. This was some kind of penetrating thing, penetrating something. Object here, whatever it is. Technology scares the hell out of some people. Fear of a takeover, dominance, the implications of its capacity. It's something new to people, upsets the apple cart. What the hell? Again, what is the task? What is the target? Is QAnon. Meetings, secret talks, a big find, waiting to release the info, how to release the info, which is interesting because, again, the target was QAnon.
I took a plane recently to Fountain Hills, Arizona by the orders of the Lord Stephen Christ to retrieve some files from his old desktop computer. For those of you who have been following the Lord for a while now, you are aware that Fountain Hills, Arizona was his original stomping grounds, and that's where he created a lot of his original content. Now, it felt like my happy birthday because I took back a lot of really good content, and you've seen a lot of it because I've uploaded a lot of it. However, probably the most important video that I haven't uploaded yet is one titled "There Will Be No World War III." I'm going to introduce that video with a video that I recorded while I was in Fountain Hills in Stephen's backyard. I talk in this video about how the peace accord with North Korea and Donald Trump was only possible thanks to the Lord Stephen Christ. It feels like my birthday to me because there's so many good files to take back with me. The most important one, though, is about how there will be no World War III because of the impending doom and judgment that is larger than civilizations going at it.
This decree is to help educate you into the proper way in which to address me. Now, extreme woe to the people who have chosen to betray me and become my enemy. Before stir, their names and memory will be identified with the worst possible condition and state a human can have, thus being woefully scorned. As I rise in recognition as King of the Kingdom of God, it will easily become more apparent who my enemies are, as they reveal themselves out of their own scorn toward me. They cannot help but speak of me with contempt, issuing false accusations and insults, mockery and ridicule, thus revealing themselves to be enemies of God. More authority, respect, and reverence also will be given to people like my two witnesses, Travis and Naylor.
I'm Satan.
This is why Trump so easily created a peace accord with North Korea.
And I was going through a lot of experience, this overwhelming experiences of releasing information, and how to release information, when to release information, and that kind of thing. And then I was curious to find out if I could, or try to perceive, what information are they talking about.
This is why Trump so easily created a peace accord with North Korea. The CIA and the US Army showed Kim Jong-un Stephen's content about the glass sky.
Trump was able to make an entente agreement with North Korea because they were educated. Understand? These huge chunks of ice, talent-sized chunks of ice. Okay. There's a reference to this in the book of Job, chapter 38, when Job is asking, or the Lord is asking Job, have you entered into the treasures of the hail, which I have reserved against the time of battle and war? Okay, so all nations will be cognizant of this fact, that we better stop fighting against each other and form this entente, okay, because with all nations, because everybody's going to be affected.
What is it that they're talking about?
Except for Australia, which will be the safe zone, because the shadow of the moon will stop during the eclipse. And so all nations shall be gathered together. And so that is what is going to stop the world war. It's going to stop the countries from waging war against each other. And it's also going to usher in world peace, because all nations will be working collaboratively together.
Some type of an object here that they're talking about. Reminds me of 2001 Space Odyssey and all that kind of stuff.
To usher in the kingdom of God. I'm Satan.